I really want to get that. Okay, there we go. So whenever you're ready.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So you've obviously done that before, so that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put this for our warm-up activity. I'm going to put this link in the chat, and I want you guys to follow the link and then scroll all the way down, and there will be like, I think it's a list of like 100 or 200, something like that, a ton of really powerful, influential women. And if you guys could find someone that looks interesting and then just kind of read up on them for like a couple minutes and then share what you find with the group, I would love that. So here's the link. And bonus points if it's a woman in STEM. So if you find someone who's in STEM, even better, because that's our topic for today. So I will also look up some women too. And there's a ton. So yeah, just let me know who you find. And today, I just want to let you guys know it's going to be more discussion based and more research based. So for next month, I'll make it like more fun and interactive, but just with this badge this month that we're doing with the career exploration, it's a little bit hard to like do activities. It's a lot of like research based. So next month, it'll be something more fun, not more fun, but more hands-on. And then for my seniors, go ahead and type in the chat if you're a senior so that I know. I don't think there is a career exploration badge for the seniors yet. So you'll get a fun patch. So I'll send you like a cute like science fun patch. So let me know if you're a senior. So I'll give you a couple minutes, and I don't actually know. There's quite a few women on this list who I have not heard of. So I'll try and pick someone who I haven't heard of too. Okay, so, okay, the world's 100 most powerful women. So I thought this was so cool. Oh, we have one more. Hello, Jasmine and Genevicia. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Hi.
You're both on. I'm so happy to see you. So Jasmine and Genevicia were in my troop before like all of the COVID stuff happened. So thanks for coming to the virtual meeting, girls. It's so awesome to have you on. So what we're doing is I put a link in the chat. I'll put it in there again because I don't think you have it. So you're going to follow this link, and it's a list of 100 most powerful women. Let me see what it, yeah, the world's most powerful women. It's the top 100. So check out the list and then pick one of the women on the list, and then we'll share who we all found. All right, and when you guys are ready, feel free to just unmute yourself and share what you learned or who you found. A lot of entrepreneurs on this list. I've been trying to find a like STEM based, like science, technology, engineering, math kind of focused woman. They're all really amazing though too. Oh, okay. Linnea's had to reload. Tons of entrepreneurs. This is so cool.
Does it have to be someone we don't know?
No, you can pick someone that you know and you admire. That'd be a good one too. Okay, I found mine. So whoever wants to go first, you can feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, Linnea's ready. You want to unmute yourself and then we'll have Eleanor go after you.
Okay. I chose Kamala Harris because I really wanted to be the first woman president. When we were watching the inauguration and my mom said, oh, wait, we're going to have the first gentleman. We're going to have the second gentleman of America.
Oh, isn't that like odd that we haven't had a woman as the vice president before? Like, it just seems so weird to me, but that's awesome. I would love to see her run too. I think she would do an amazing job. Really great. Okay, Eleanor?
Mine was also Kamala Harris, and yeah. So she was the first woman in American history to be elected vice president, and the first Indian American woman to be elected to the U.S. State Senate, and the first African American and first woman to serve as California's Attorney General.
She has an amazing background, and it's just incredible that she has so much diversity behind her too. So she can really bring like a lot to the table. Nice, really great. Who wants to go next? We got Emily, Ella, Amy, Jasmine, Genevicia. Anyone want to go?
I'll go.
Okay, great.
How do you do the thing? Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Well, I chose Rihanna. So do I like read what's underneath her name and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she on that list? I didn't see her.
Yeah, she is.
Nice. That's so cool. Okay, go ahead.
No. Oh, okay, there. Hold on. I know that.
I would love to see your faces too. If you guys want to turn your camera on.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna turn it on right now. Okay,
Okay, great.
so Rihanna, one of the most publicly charitable celebrities, has donated upwards of $8 million to coronavirus relief efforts. She gave $1 million to New York's needy, $2.1 million to abuse victims in LA, and $5 million to other charities through her Clara Lionel Foundation. Despite her musical success, she's made the bulk of her fortune from Fenty Beauty, the makeup brand she co-owns with luxury good group LVMH. Okay, that's all.
That is so cool. I had no idea that she was like so philanthropical. That's incredible. She apparently has donated a lot of her own money to helping people. That's amazing. Thank you for finding her on that list. I didn't see her anywhere, but I'm glad you brought her up. It's awesome. Anyone else want to go next?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, shush, I'm not. How do you say her last name? Her name is Ava DuVernay. Okay, Ava DuVernay.
I think that's it.
Yeah, okay, I'm not saying her last name.
filmmaker and producer director Giovanni is the first Black woman to be nominated by the Academy as directed in the feature category. She was the first woman of color to direct a 100 million grossing film, the 2018 Disney fantasy adaptation A Wrinkle in Time. Her Emmy-winning series When They See Us, which premiered in May 2019, became the most watched series on Netflix. In addition to her distribution company, distribution company Airy, she opened an LA-based Amanda Theater in October 2019. In November 2018, Giovanni signed a $100 million deal with the Warner Brothers.
Wow, that's incredible. So she was, yeah, I think I've heard of her, Ava DuVernay. That sounds really familiar. But if you guys have seen Wrinkle in Time, that was one that I think she directed. So yeah, she's also incredible, really good one. So I'll just share one really quick. I found Emma Walmsley. Walmsley became CEO of GlaxoSmithKline in April of 2017, making her the first woman to run a major pharmaceutical company. Since taking the helm of the 300-year-old company, she has led a global restructuring program aimed at saving more than $500 million a year by 2021. So yeah, it sounds like, you know, if you're in a pharmaceutical company, oh, we have picture. Hello, Jasmine Genevicia. Yes, so she is in STEM to be in pharmaceutical. That's a lot of science, technology, engineering, and math. So she sounds really influential, and she's helped save the company money. So, you know, they can more effectively use that money in other aspects of their company too. So the more you save, the more you can redirect in other places that maybe need it more. So really great job looking up all those women. I love all those facts, and yeah, that was awesome. So what we'll do now is I just want to get you thinking about these women and their careers. And while not all of them are STEM, just keep their careers in the back of your mind. I'm sure like science, technology, engineering, and math really come into play a lot with what they do, even if, you know, even if you're a director, or you're, a lot of them were like entrepreneurs and stuff like that. You need to know a lot of that background. So we're going to really quick, we're having a guest speaker at 5. So really quick, I want to have you guys, like if you have a notebook or a pen or pencil, or just keep it in your head, I want you to think about 3 to 5 hobbies that you guys are really passionate about, or you don't have to be really passionate, just things that you like to do. Or what are you interested in learning if you don't like have like a ton of hobbies, which, you know, that's okay if you don't either. But what are you passionate about? What do you like to do? What are you interested in? So like jot down just a couple things. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be related to STEM. Just anything that you feel good and passionate about. Like our cats. I know we talked about our cats earlier. If you're passionate about animals, about cats, put that down. That counts. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes just to like get your ideas down. What are you passionate about too? That's a really, if anything, you don't have to know that right away, but do you have any passions, any interests? Great, Linnea, you ready? Oh, that was your previous message, sorry. Well, if anyone is ready, feel free to just unmute yourself and share.
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
Acting, baking, cats, drawing, and cooking.
Nice. I had baking on there too, so great ones. All right, Eleanor.
Entomology, rocks, theater, biology, singing, dancing, cereal, cats.
Cats. I know for sure the three of us have cats on our list, right? I put animals down. Really great ones. So can you tell us what an entomologist is?
A bug scientist.
A bug scientist. That's so cool. What do you like about bugs?
I don't know. I just think they're really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I know a lot of people, myself included, are very afraid of bugs, but they are important for our environment and they're important for a lot of things we don't realize. All right, Genevicia, you got one?
I only have two so far.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's animals and math.
Oh, you like math?
Yeah.
Math is fun. It's like a puzzle, right?
Don't lie.
I'm not. I'm very good at it
Talking to
too.
her, not you.
Oh.
Jasmine, do you have a couple?
No.
She has one.
Okay, what is it?
Go. What's it called? Do I have to say it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, they have to come put a new
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine if you don't know. That's like a tough question. So don't feel like you need to answer it right away, but just like think about it as we go along today too. If anything comes to your mind, feel free to jot it down. Ella says, I'm interested in the study of new animals. Ooh, so that sounds like the job of like a biologist or there's a specific type of scientist that like goes,
Zoologist.
oh, zoologist. That's a good one too. Ella, any ideas as to what that might be? Maybe like Eleanor said, like a zoologist or like a biologist too. I think biologists go out and they find new species all the time. So that would be super cool. Let's see. I'm gonna quick do a Google search and see what the specific title of that is. Scientist that finds new species. Yeah, I think it's like a range of different scientists too that like go out and find new things. Yeah, biologist. Yeah, I think that's right on target. I think biologists find new species all the time. So that's really great. I love that. Cool. Emily or Amy, do you guys have any thoughts? What your passions are and how that would translate into a career? Because if you're going to do something, then it may as well be something you enjoy and you like. So just finding out what you're interested in is important.
I like animals, paleontology, art, cats, puzzles, anatomy, botany, astronomy. I like a lot of things. It's hard to choose just one.
Yeah, it is. Even like as an adult, I have a hard time like pinpointing like what do I really like? What would I do as a career if I wasn't like at the Girl Scouts? Because yeah, it's hard. There's a lot out there, right? So I'm glad you guys are at least thinking about it. So apart from like careers though, do you guys have any interests, maybe like one or two interests that you're really passionate about? Like I know a girl last meeting was saying she loves horses and she loves horseback riding. So maybe like naturally the best fit for her would be like being a veterinarian or I don't know what the specific like horse caretaking veterinarian is called. I think it's a specific type of veterinary science. Oh, Eleanor says theater, dance, singing. That's great. So it's a lot of STEAM, right? So STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So that's great too. And art is super, super important. We don't realize how much it plays into our lives every day, but there's a lot of art in like marketing, and scientists use art too. So cool. Okay, so all really great things. So you guys are already on track with like how your hobbies and your passions like translate into your career. So how about everyone research one career that you might be interested in? So I know Ella, or I think it was Emily, said like paleontology, and Ella said like biology, or biologist. So let's all look up one career.
Did we just look up the name of the career?
Mm-hmm. And then Jasmine, Genevicia, or Amy, do you guys have a science career in mind? Oh, I think Genevicia froze. Genevicia, if you can hear me, maybe like mathematician, you should look up a career as a mathematician. They do a lot of research and research studies and stuff like that. Would that interest you?
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I don't know, Genevieve, if you ever met Emily. She used to work as a troop leader with us, and she is actually majoring in math right now, and she loves it. She's in New York. So yeah, she lives in Manhattan, and she's going to grad school, and she's like majoring in math. So it's really cool. So Eleanor is looking up entomology. I know we had biology too thrown out. I'm gonna look up botany because I've been really into plants lately. Does anyone know what a botanist is? Mm-hmm. Do you want to unmute yourself and just shout out?
This studies how plants grow and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So an expert on the scientific study of plants. So I think that would be so cool. It'd be so much fun. Okay, so we have our guest speaker in the waiting room. So if you guys want to hold off on that, I'm going to pull her in really quick, and we'll just have her on for like 15 or 20 minutes, and she's going to talk about her career as a scientist. So, all right, she's coming in. Hello, Sivya. Hi, how are you?
Hi, you can hear me all right, right?
Yes, we can hear you. Can everyone hear her? Perfect. Did I say your name right? I think this is the first time we're meeting, so.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. It's pronounced Shivya, like Shiv, yeah.
Shivya, that's really pretty. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Yeah, I'm so happy to. I just adopted a kitten, so she's in the back and she might be jumping around depending on her mood, so don't mind that.
Oh, we were like literally just talking about our cats like at the beginning of the meeting. We're obsessed.
Oh my God, you have a cat too?
Yes, I have a cat, Eleanor. I know Linnea does. We were just like gushing about our cats before you were on.
Oh, that's so cute. This is my first time having a cat. My roommate has a cat, and I've always been kind of intrigued by him, but he's a little difficult. And he does really well with other cats. So we thought, hey, why don't I get a cat? And then they can be buddies, and he can kind of ease out a little. So I've always been a dog person, and I grew up in India, and nobody ever had cats there. It's just so weird. So I never really understood cats until now.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, she's a really cuddly one. She's very sweet, very she's a kitten, so she plays a lot. She really enjoys pets. She sleeps next to me since day one, which is just so sweet. So I'm
Oh,
learning every day.
well, congratulations on your new cat motherhood.
You.
My
Well,
kitty's
thank you so.
eating.
What's that, Emily?
My kitty's finally done eating.
Oh my gosh, that took forever.
Maybe if my mom allows me, I could show her to you.
Yeah, maybe after the meeting we can do that. So great. Thank you so much for coming on. And can you start by talking about what kind of scientist you are and what your career is?
Yeah, sure. So I went to UC Berkeley in California, nearby you guys, and I studied chemical engineering. So that is who I am by training. And then I've had kind of an interesting journey where I wanted to always be something creative. I wanted to be a fashion designer, at one point, chef, a detective. I got really into fashion early on towards like ninth and 10th grade. And then I kind of just had this moment in 10th grade where I started making a lot of products. Like I would see a lot of e-commerce and small businesses coming up with really pretty hair accessories and things like that. So I started making them myself and selling to my friends in my high school in India. And I just really fell in love with like making products and the entrepreneurship and um, buying and then figuring out what kind of price you need to sell it at, figuring out different like areas where you can sell to what different people want and what they're willing to pay and things like that. So I kind of wanted to forge this path with like business and tech, um, and also something creative like fashion and beauty. So honestly, I was just so confused when it came to figuring out what I wanted to do. So I loved chemistry. My parents pushed me a little bit to going into engineering. Just I'm Indian, so we love sending our kids off into engineering. But I did love science, and they said, why don't you study science in school since you like it so much, and then maybe you can figure out a path for your own later on. But at least you will have like a great base to settle on, because you I enjoyed science. So I just throughout college I was trying to do a lot of different things to figure out how can I fuse my love for the arts, fashion, beauty, even painting. I used to paint a lot as a kid, and my love for technology and innovation and science. So kind of put those two together. Now I am a senior scientist at L'Oreal, which is the world's biggest beauty company. Shameless plug. I When I first came across beauty as an industry, I really didn't think I would be able to have a career in it because I didn't see other scientists and people in engineering going into beauty other than for manufacturing or things like that. But I wanted to be more on the product side, so I found this really interesting group called the Tech Incubator, and only L'Oreal does this, where we make like mad scientist technology, like think like a box that makes your perfect foundation shade. You get a little scanner and you can scan your face, and it will like drip in like the right pigments and make the perfect foundation for you, and it matches you exactly. There's like something like that, a custom serum machine. um I really loved their like little heart patches they used to have, and what they were is you put them on your hand or like your maybe your neck area or your arm, and it monitors your UV exposure. So as you're going about your day, um,
Wow.
you're getting a lot of sun, and a lot of people they get many different kind of illnesses because of a lot of sun exposure. So sun is great for us, but sun can also be dangerous in high volumes. So I thought they created this little technology that you can put on and monitor how much sun you're getting as you go through the day, so that you can apply sunscreen again and over. It kind of sends you reminders and all that. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's hard to describe what kind of scientist I
Yeah.
am, but I'm like, I just think of myself as like a mad scientist that infuses beauty and technology and also, other interests like product and business and things like that.
So I know with like, especially the beauty industry, they everyone is so demanding and so like particular about what they want in every single product. So are you the one that like comes up with the formulas and comes up with like the different like products that people request or that, is desired?
So it depends on what kind of product I'm working on. I work on very specific like technology products. So right now what I'm working on is a little algorithm where you can get your exact foundation shade
Hmm.
just by taking a selfie. So that's something I'm working on. So around that, like how people want to apply their foundation, for example, in US, people want to have a foundation that matches them exactly. But in other countries, that's not the case. Sometimes people want something more cool tone. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like warm or cool, something that's more yellow versus a little more pinky toned, things like that. So there's all of these different countries that we're trying to build this algorithm for. And every single country and the consumer is unique. So I am doing that for my own product, but essentially, yes, there's other people like me in L'Oreal that will take in, everything you guys put on social media. If you make an Instagram post or a TikTok post, or you see something on YouTube and you comment like, "I really like this. This is my favorite mascara ever." There's people like me who are going through all of that and being like, "Hey, you know what? Like Emily really liked that mascara," and there's others like Emily who have very long lashes but maybe would want a little more volume, or whatever you guys say on social media, and what kinds of products are flying off the shelf. So there are people like me who are understanding people like you and building exactly what you guys would want in your life.
Right. And we were actually just having a discussion about how um, art is really important in the sciences too. So it's really great hearing that you were able to like integrate that into your career too and come up with a way to like utilize the art aspect and be in science too, because like finding people's skin colors and skin tones is so like you need to have like such a specific eye for it, and to train like the algorithms and models too to notice like the differences. It must be really hard.
Yeah, it's actually, that intersection of art and tech is where that magic really happens. There's a lot of scientists that I work with, but and they're brilliant, they make the coolest algorithms, and they have the most knowledge out of everybody in the world on like how to detect somebody's skin tone just by taking a selfie. Not a lot of people can do that. I've talked to many different people at Stanford and in Paris and in China, and it's hard. There are very few people in the world who, or groups or companies where that technology sits. But at the same time, these people who are brilliant rely on users to understand what people want, because they can create all these algorithms, but it's really important to understand the art behind it. When you're putting on your foundation or you're matching your foundation, you're not matching it to your hand. You're not matching it to, like this part of your neck, because this is always a little lighter because it doesn't get as tanned. You're kind of making something that matches your forehead and your cheek and your jaw, because your forehead, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but your forehead's almost a little more tan than your cheeks, um and then your jaw is kind of like in the middle. So there's all these different points on the skin that you're trying to match, and you really need to understand, as an artist, what are those points that like they are the actual skin tone that you're trying to put on, so that somebody can turn that into an algorithm. So that art is so important with the tech aspect, because how do you know what to build? That is where art comes in.
Yeah, and the creativity to like think of like having an app to do something like that is amazing. Like I didn't think that could exist at all, but that's such a creative, awesome idea. Um, So what's your favorite part about being an engineer for L'Oreal?
I think I get to do all the things that I like. I love technology and I love science. Like every single day, I understand, um, the different serums that you put on your skin. How do they actually work? What part of your what like biological molecule of your skin is getting activated when you put that on? So all these different things. I get to talk to scientists who are developing these serums. I get to talk to engineers who are producing the serum. I don't know if maybe you guys use a lot of CeraVe because I know it's very popular with younger people. I don't know if you guys use it. I personally like it, but CeraVe is one of our brands. So L'Oreal actually owns CeraVe, and I have a wonderful colleague I worked in the past, and she's in charge of producing all of the CeraVe, like millions and millions of bottles of CeraVe that's produced. And so, I get to kind of see the back end of things. Like there's people who are going to Target and purchasing CeraVe moisturizing lotion immediately as it comes into stock. And then there's my friend who's, up at 5 in the morning in her little apartment. She's like, I really have to work hard so that I can produce more of this. And I have to get all the ingredients from, there's actually an ingredient that comes from like a river in France. Only in that river is that like mineral found. So she's like trying to call somebody in Paris so she can get adequate amounts of it. And, it's like I see TikTok and people are just buying CeraVe and I'm like, I love it. But then there's my friend who's like really working hard to produce more of it. So I kind of get to see a lot of that, underlying science magic that happens in our favorite products. Like there's moisturizers, cleansers, makeup. I love makeup more than skincare. All of these products, I get to see how they're made. I get to be part of that process. I get to have a say in that process. I get to make those products. So I think being able to combine that art consumer product with science and business and like actually doing it is my favorite part.
That's incredible. I just started using CeraVe because my skin is really sensitive. So I really, really am happy with it. I think it's great. So just making like quality products for people, I think is so important too, because we want stuff that works for us and it isn't like, bad quality or anything. There's so much like scientific rigor that goes into like formulating all of those products. So
It's like a lot of work and we don't always get it right because everybody's skin is unique and like I have a lot of skin issues. I had cystic acne a few years ago. It's still kind of like getting fixed and it's like some days CeraVe is the best thing ever. Like in summers my skin loved it. Right now I think it's a little too less, so I'm using a little more La Roche-Posay for example, because I need a thicker moisturizer. And so it's like we don't always get it right, but I think one thing that L'Oreal or just my team and my philosophy in general is always be open to feedback. If you tell me right now like I hate CeraVe, my first response will be like, yes, tell me more. How can we improve? And it's hard to do. It's hard to kind of build something and then have somebody criticize it, but at the same time I think it's such a cool thing that we have social media now because people will write comments, people will post selfies and videos and content, and that's important. We get to see that and we get to um, then take that feedback. And then when we create a new product, we want to make sure that we're listening and we're, incorporating that. So it is very complex. We don't always get it right. There are always, products that just don't work at all for anybody. But I think there's a beauty in that complexity and always,
mhm.
and always having this feedback loop where people are coming to us and being like, you know what, I didn't like it all that much. And we're like,
Yeah.
okay, make it better.
It's great to know that the feedback actually is being listened to too, because I feel like sometimes people are like shouting into a void or something, and like we don't know always if our feedback is taken. So that's really great to know.
Yeah, it's actually gotten like bigger and bigger over the years because a lot of the newer companies that are coming up, they're very much consumer focused because they're built by the consumers. Now it's easier to start a makeup brand, it's easier to start a skincare brand than it ever was, which is amazing. And that means that people are building what they actually want to use themselves. Like so many beauty brands come up and their story is, I couldn't find something for myself, so I built it myself. And that kind of signals to bigger companies like consumer is more important than ever. Consumer is everything. We want to build things that are right, that help people, and in the end they help us.
Right. That is so amazing. Well, girls, I want to open it up to you guys. Do you have any questions about her work as a chemical engineer or what she does at L'Oreal? Any questions out there? Oh, I think Linnea, you're
I do have I have a
Mhm.
comment. Um, I when you said that you were trying to create an app that could match people's foundation with a selfie, I had actually been like wishing there was something like that. But of course, my mom says I'm not allowed to have foundation yet.
No, that's okay. One day you will be free to wear it. And it's always hard. I have a niece, she's 7, and she loves makeup. And it's always hard because I want to give her so many products, and her mom is like, no, she's not old enough yet. So there will be a right time. I started wearing makeup in college, and I just always think of it as an art. I think it's just really fun. But it can, whenever your parents say is the right age, there will be a lot more. And by that time, maybe we'll come up with more and more products. So it will be better than ever. Maybe the wait will be worth it.
Yeah, and then the app will get better and better too every year.
Yeah, we just started making it, so it's buggy a little. It's gonna get better over the years. Right now, it's not great, and I'm working hard to make it great. But the more feedback we get from people, the better it will get. A lot of times, you kind of start somewhere. You just put some version 1 out there, and you're like, okay, this is the best I can do in this moment. Let's see how it does. And a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it, and then they say, well, if you could tweak this, you could tweak that. And then we do, and then it's a little better, and then we launch V2, and then so on. So
Right.
it'll be great.
Cool. So we had a question from Ella too. She typed, is it hard to make the formulas?
It is and it's not. I guess it's not too hard in that we already have a lot of knowledge on how to make the formulas. L'Oreal, for example, is a 100-year-old company. It was started somewhere in 1910 or 1911, so it's or 1909. It's been a long time. So there's a lot of knowledge in the company's itself. So it's not hard to make something um, simple. If you want me to make like a good shampoo, I can make it. If you want me to make like a good lipstick, I can make it. But do you want me to make something that's better than before? And that's where kind of the complexity comes in, because you're trying to create something new, and it's always a little challenging, but it's not impossible at all. Like we do it every single day. And that's uh, kind of why we have these jobs, because we like solving those challenges, and we like building better and cooler, nicer things. Like lipsticks today. I mean, I love lipsticks. Lipsticks today are just, there's so many formulas. They stay on so long. I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to have these like lipsticks, and she'd be like reapplying throughout the day. She would put it on, and by the time she left home, it would almost come off. And that was normal, that was like, okay, yeah, well, that's just lipstick for you. But now you have lipsticks. Um, like there's one matte lipstick that I love from Maybelline, and I love it because you can put it on, you can eat, you can talk all day, like I'm in meetings all day, and it does not come off. And somebody worked really, really hard for I think 5 years to make that technology happen, and she holds a patent now in that. And it's really rewarding. It's really fun. It's totally doable. Takes sometimes really long time, sometimes not so long, but it's just so rewarding because every time I see her in the hallway, I'm like, thank you for making this lipstick because it changed my life. Like the color, the wear of it, just, I felt so strongly about lipstick once I started wearing that.
Yeah, I think I bought the exact same thing yesterday. So I bought that lipstick that you're talking about that's like transfer proof, and it's like so I can wear it under a mask too.
Mhm.
And it's amazing. It's just amazing what we can do. Yeah, so were there any other questions from the group? Any other last minute questions or thoughts?
You guys can tell me about, what your favorite products are. If you guys use like a lip balm or moisturizer or cleanser or even like a body wash, everything. Like whatever you guys use. Maybe you guys don't use makeup right now, but what do you guys like to use on a daily basis? I'd love to know.
Yeah, that's a great question.
You can even tell me if it's Johnson and Johnson's shampoo, totally fine. It's a great shampoo.
What's everyone use? I started using the Survey. It's like the hydrating cleanser. I really like that one. It's been really gentle, really good on my skin. So, and I love makeup, so I like that it removes my makeup at the end of the day too. So I really appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad it does. I think it's the hydrating like cream to foam one. I believe.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So that's the cool thing. So CeraVe had this hydrating cleanser, which was really popular, but it doesn't remove makeup. And then there's other cleansers that remove makeup, but they're not hydrating. So people wanted something that kind of did both. It's not too stripping because you don't want to remove all the good oils from your skin and the moisture, but you also want to like, have one easy step that you can just put on your cleanser and remove all the makeup and not have to do multiple steps. So that product is very new. It was just created within the last year, and it was born out of a lot of feedback.
That is so cool. It like you would have never thought it would have taken so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ella says, I use a foundation CoverGirl, but I can never find the right skin tone. Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So tell me a little more about, why do you feel like it's not the right shade? Is it too light? Is it too dark? Is it too, like, what have you noticed about those things? Or like whenever you put on the foundation.
It's too light and yellow, Ella says.
Hmm. Then maybe you're putting on something that's a little too warm tone. So you may want to pick up something that's maybe like a little more pink and see if that matches your skin tone a little bit better. And if it's too light, like let's say the shade number is 6, you could go a little darker, like 6.5 or 6.3. I don't remember CoverGirl's, but that's something you could do. And maybe CoverGirl even has a like a shade finder quiz. A lot of websites have that. And my favorite thing to do actually is I don't know how much YouTube you watch, but whenever I need to find a foundation that's perfect for me, what I do is I find people who look like me, who I feel like they have the same skin tone as me. Maybe they're wearing a lipstick that looks the exact same color as it does on them as it does on me. So I'm like, okay, you're kind of similar. And then I see what they are using and how it looks on them, and then I kind of try to use that as a yardstick to kind of make a guess. Other than that, you can always go into the store. Right now, it's a little hard because of COVID, but see if you can find swatches online, like CoverGirl swatch for shade 120, swatch for that. So try to see if it looks like your skin tone, or try to see compare like the shade that you are trying to get and compare that to the shade that you currently have and see if it's less yellow, or see if it's a little darker, like whatever you're looking for. So that kind of colors are really hard to see by themselves. Whenever you look at one color, it's really hard to say how yellow it is. Colors always make more sense when you compare them. Like if my sister is sitting right next to me, then I can tell like if she's lighter than me, or if she's what her skin tone is compared to me. Colors are really hard to tell just by themselves. So always see if you can compare maybe on another person who looks like you, or with the shade that you already know how it looks.
Yeah, those are some excellent tips. I always really struggled with like cool undertone and like yellow, and like I just always struggled with that. But like the more you look at it and the more you kind of like take a deep dive into it, the more it kind of makes a little more sense. So thank you so much for your tips. And it is almost 5:30, so I'll let you go. But thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all the work you're doing too, and making amazing products and amazing technology.
Yeah, I hope one day we can get to a point where you don't have to buy the wrong foundation and you can just get something that matches you. So
Yeah, and people spend hundreds of dollars on the wrong products. So
and it really bums you out too, whenever you buy something and you spend your money and it's not right. So I'm hoping to fix that.
yes, well, thank you so much. And I appreciate your time. And girls, we can give her a virtual hand. Thank you so much for being here. Your
Well,
work.
you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing all your, beauty routines and what products you use and what your, beauty problems are. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a great evening.
You too. All right, girls, if you want to stay on and we'll just quick finish up. Thank you. All right, she was so great. Wow, I didn't realize she was like making an app. So I thought it sounds like she's done like the formulation too, but she's also done like research. So into like technology. So if you guys want to just think about different careers, think about your passion, think about how that comes together. So she wanted to do beauty, science, technology. She wanted to do fashion. So she's like really like, she's in all of that right now. So she's doing exactly what she wanted to do. So as you guys are living your life, think about what you're passionate about and connect it to how your career will translate as well. Because you'll find that so much more fulfilling than doing like a random job. Yes. Okay. So we'll do a quick friendship circle. Lene, you want to be an actor? That's awesome. All right. My question for you guys is, what's your favorite? I don't think I've heard food from this group. Eleanor?
Sorry, what did you say?
What's your favorite food?
Thin mints.
Thin mints. All right. Mine is salmon. How about Alyssa?
Mine is probably like chicken tacos.
Ooh, that's really good. How about Linnea?
Probably like I'm just gonna say tacos
Tacos.
because that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Okay, that's great. Jasmine and Genevicia, favorite foods.
My favorite food is pozole.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite food is I don't know, a burger.
Oh, okay. That's great. How about Ella and Amy?
Mine is lasagna.
Lasagna. That's a great one. Okay. Amy, are you there? Okay. And we'll twist out in 1, 2, 3. Peace out. Okay. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.